Morning, everybody. Take two. Little tech stuff going on today. So guys, today it is the first day of our 5-day group coaching week. And today we're going to be talking about 7 ways that having a group coaching program can actually help you become a 6-figure coach. So, there's so much out there about group coaching, about time management, about serving your clients, about working on the business, not in the business. We're going to talk about all that stuff today. So let's go through the 7 ways that having this group coaching program is going to be able to help you. So, of course, all of us want to have this group coaching program because we are looking for time freedom, right? You want to make sure that you can serve your clients at the highest level without having to sit on one-to-one calls all day long. You want to make sure that you can spend as much time as possible with your family, your friends, your loved ones, your spouse, your whoever is important to you, and also for yourself, right? So we're all looking to create this time freedom, and there are so many other benefits to building the 6-figure business that you want that comes from working with a group coaching program. So the very first one is your content. So when you have a group coaching program with, let's say, 15 people, usually I recommend about 12 to 15 people to be in one group coaching call a week. So let's say you had 12 to 15 clients, right? The difference between serving 12 to 15 clients one-to-one is going to be so drastic, right? Whether you're doing half-hour calls or hour calls every single week with that many clients, you are bound to burn out. So by creating this group coaching program where you're actually coaching for 1 hour with 12 to 15 people inside of the same call, you are going to free up so much time. So the first thing that's going to allow you to do is really spend time focusing on your content, right? So making sure that you are, having the time to create your social media content, having the time to create the content that's going to go inside of your membership vault, right? So this is going to give you so much extra time to build your content. And the second piece of this one is building relationships. So you guys know that I'm all about making sure that you are building the relationships first, and that goes with your content. Those are the 2 things that need to happen when you're trying to launch your group coaching offers. So we're going to have extra time now to work on the content, to build out the vault, to make sure we're putting our social media content out there consistently. And the second step is that we're going to actually have time to build the relationships, right? So most people spend all of their time building the content, but we actually need to make sure that we add in the relationship piece and that it is taking as much time and sometimes more than building out the content. So we've got content. We're going to have more time for that. We're going to have more time for building relationships, which you want to be doing every single day. Then we're going to have more time for planning and strategy, right? So planning and strategy and thinking, creativity, all of that stuff is going to come together. So when you have more space because you're not on one-to-one calls all day, which not only takes up your time, but also leaves you depleted and exhausted and all of that stuff, you're going to have more time to actually plan and strategize and know what you're doing every month and make sure that you're following through on those projects and that you're not having ongoing to-do lists that keep coming back, right? Or that never go away in the first place. So you're going to have time for all of that, and you're also going to have time for more thinking and creativity. So one of the biggest things that group coaching did for me was because it leveraged my time in this way, I was then able to really create space, right? Where, typically Brian and I, when we are brainstorming, when we're trying to have some creative time, or sometimes we're not trying to have it, it just happens where we're starting to brainstorm and getting ideas and stuff like that. And then we change location. Maybe we go to the beach. Maybe we go to one of our favorite restaurants that we go to, or a little coffee shop or something like that. And we have time to actually be thinking and be creative and come up with new offers and new ideas and new ways to serve our clients, right? So there is so much value in being able to have that time to do it without feeling like you're not working, right? Because a lot of times people forget to take the time to think and be creative, or even to plan and strategize, because they feel like it's not really what needs to happen right now, right? But really the planning and the strategy and doing that stuff ahead of time is so key to your success. And having the time to be, creative and to just think and to really reflect and all of that is also a massive, massive piece of being able to get to six figures. So those are the first three. So the fourth one is going to be having time to learn and build and test systems. I think this is the biggest one because even when, well, they're all big. I can't even say that. But even when you guys are focusing on something you're learning, even if you're learning from someone, including me, there's going to always be times where you need to test things. So whether you are learning how to have a YouTube channel, or you're learning how to post on stories, or you're learning a brand new software, or you're learning how to send DMs, like whatever it is, you need time to do the learning. It shouldn't be something that you're scrambling to do in, every nook and cranny of, your day. You need time to actually learn and work on the projects and build things and create, and then test. Right? For example, back in 2022, I believe, 2021 or 2022, I was starting to do DMs. My ads had totally tanked. They were costing me like 4 times as much as they should have or as they had been. And I was like, I cannot sustain this. This is crazy. I need to start doing DMs. I need to start doing more organic lead generation. And so what did I do? I had to test. I had to do things over and over again. I did this for months. Okay. Months and months of trial and error, of testing things, of seeing, where people responded, where they didn't, where they shut me down, where they told me to go away. All the things happened. Okay. It took me months and months to figure out how to run this DM system that felt good to me, that didn't feel sleazy, that didn't feel salesy. So you guys also need time to actually learn and build and create your systems and test them. So this is a really big piece of becoming a 6-figure entrepreneur, because when you are at that level, you also need to be creating and learning and figuring it out. And even if somebody gives it to you, even if you learned it from the biggest, fanciest guru out there, it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to work for you exactly the way it worked for them. So there needs to be room in your schedule to learn and build and test. Okay? Then the next one is you need to have space to hire, train, and develop your teams. If you guys are building a business and you want to get to 6 figures, I promise you, you are not going to do it alone. Okay. I'm sure lots of people have, and lots of people will say you don't need anybody and all that stuff. But I'm telling you from experience, it is a lot easier if you have at least one person on your team, a virtual assistant, someone who you can talk to, someone you can troubleshoot with, someone you can share some of those day-to-day tasks that actually don't need to be done by you. It's going to make your life a lot easier. So we also need to have time to hire, train, and develop your teams. And again, we don't want to be kind of sticking these things in random times throughout our schedules, right? We really want to have time blocks that make us available. And if we're in 12 to 15 hours of one-to-one coaching all the time, this is not going to happen, right? So not only is the group allowing you to have time freedom to spend time with your loved ones and to do the things that you want to do, but it's also creating all of this opportunity inside of your business, okay? The next one is handling challenges. So again, people get so stuck in their schedules are so tight that when something comes up, it's total panic mode, meltdown mode, because they literally don't have time to handle the challenges, right? So if you are working on a project, you're working in software, something doesn't save, you have to redo it. Like this happens to all of us, right? So we have to have flexibility and time to allow for those mistakes to happen, right? Or those accidents to happen. We have to have room. Or maybe you have someone who's been working with you and all of a sudden they decide that they don't want to work with you anymore. Maybe everything is all good, but they have a new opportunity, right? Or they decide they want to start their own business or whatever it is. You have to be prepared to handle that challenge, right? And you have to have time in your schedule to go, okay, I can redo that sales page. I'm frustrated and I'm mad and I'm all the things, but I still have time to fix it, right? Or, okay, I have time to start looking for someone else who can take over from my whatever person on your team who actually wants to go and start their own business, or they're going to go and take on this other opportunity, whatever that is. So we need to have room to handle challenges, okay? And then the last one is the self-care piece, because, yes, there is the time freedom of spending time with others, spending time with your kids, your spouse, your friends, your family, whatever it is. But there's also the self-care piece, which is not just spending time with others, but spending time with you and being able to go and do the things that you want to, not to mention that you're going to be able to make so much more money in so much less time, right? So now not only do you have more time to work on the business and not in it, but you also are going to have more revenue and reoccurring revenue that you can rely on and that you can use to actually go and do the things that you want to do. So this is massive, okay? So let's just do a quick recap. So the first one, I should actually say the first one is building your relationships, because that is what I always say. The first one is building your relationships. That's one that you are going to have so much more time to do when you have a group coaching program. So building relationships. Then you'll have more time to create your content, whether it's for your social, whether it's emails, whether it's creating the content for your clients. That's the second one. The third one is having more time for planning, strategy, thinking, being creative. All that stuff goes together. This is all CEO work, right? This is not working in the business. This is working on the business, right? Planning, strategy, thinking, creativity. Those things are things you need time for. They can't be rushed. They can't fit into every nook and cranny, 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there, or in the car for 15 minutes while you're going to pick up the kids. No, you need to have actual time to do this. Then the fourth one is learning, building, testing, project type stuff. You need time for that. Then you also need time to hire, train, develop your team. Right? You can't do it alone. I mean, you can, but it'll be way easier and way more fun if you don't. Okay. And way faster, and you'll make more money in the end, right? All of the things. And then the next one is handling challenges, right? Having time to redo that sales page because something got lost or it didn't save and you need to do it again. Or having time to handle the challenge of one of your team members leaving and now you need to go and look for someone else. You need to recruit, you need to hire, you need to interview, you need to onboard them. There's all these things that need to happen. You need to have time to do that. So handling challenges. And then the very last one is the self-care. So making sure that you have time, and now you're going to have some money too to be able to do this, right? Time and money to be able to go to the spa, go get a massage, go get a manicure, pedicure, go hang out with your friends playing basketball, whatever you want to do. Right? So making sure you have time for you, making sure we're not cutting corners, looking at the schedule and going, oh no, I can't meditate today. I can't journal today. I can't work out today. I can't go for my walk today. Yes, you can. Right? And you will when you have a group coaching offer and when you actually manage your schedule really well and you make sure that you time block everything in. That's a whole other story. But I wanted you guys to see all the bigger benefits of having group coaching. Right? It's not just about, of course, creating community for people, making it easier for them to get started, coaching people within 1 hour, 12 to 15 people within 1 hour a week. It's about all these other things that it helps you do to work on your business so that you can get to 6 figures faster. Okay? So guys, I hope that this was helpful. This week, we're doing a little bit of a different twist on all the different topics that we're talking about with group coaching. So I hope that you guys will join me every day, Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern. We're going to be here doing this live. Now, next week, I am opening up my brand new workshop. We are talking about how to launch in 90 days, right? How to go from one-to-one to scalable success with groups. So I'm going to be dropping the link to join that workshop below the video so you guys can come and join me for that. It's all about the launch process. So not just about creating the offer, not just about the format of group coaching, but how to actually launch this thing. So that's happening next week, Wednesday, February the 12th at 2 o'clock Eastern. Like I said, I'm going to drop the link below. So I look forward to having you guys the rest of this week inside here live 10 a.m. and then next week at the workshop as well. well. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you back tomorrow.